morning! We're back in Livorno into the plaza waiting for our second excursion of the trip from this port. It was an overnight port, so we did Cinque Terre yesterday, and today we're going to do Florence and Pisa.
So excited, and we booked this on our own through Viator, so this is the first time we've really booked an excursion not through the cruise line, so we're interested to see how it goes. We got here pretty early.
We got here pretty early, but the guide was already here. She's confirmed that she is the right person for us, so we know we're in the right place, and we feel really secure with that.
Especially because they have a on-time return guarantee, so that made it really easy, and it was significantly cheaper than booking through NCL.
It was so much cheaper than booking through NCL. We got all four of us for about the same price as one.
And we are so looking forward to checking out Florence. I want to see the Duomo and the wine windows.
Wine windows, absolutely a must.
Yes.
To have wine out of one of those wine windows.
Maybe do a little shopping, and then Pisa, we've got to go for the picture. I mean, if you're in Italy, you got to do that, right?
Especially if you're that close. It's just about an hour out of the way from going to Florence to get to have those pictures, and it's a once in a lifetime.
So far, I think we've been having a wonderful time, and we can't wait to see what today brings.
We in Italy use to call the servants that used to work for rich families, okay? So this became the house where all the servants of the Medici family lived. So, Palace of the Servants, Palazzo della Signoria.
Our tour guide, Francesco, shared interesting facts about what we were about to see and spent one-on-one time with anyone on the bus who wanted help planning their route. We booked a tour where you could go off on your own or stay with the group for a guided walking tour with Francesco.
Once we arrived in Florence, it was a short walk with a shortcut through the subway station to our first piazza.
What's up, what's up?
You're in Firenze.
Wash Uffizi, drive me to Firenze. Wash Uffizi, drive me to Firenze.
You really wanted to come here, so
Just because of that?
just because of the fish song, but we checked it off the list. All right, so we got to our first piazza. We are in front of our first church of the day. We're going to be seeing a lot more, I'm absolutely sure, but this one is beautiful. He said it's the only one in Florence that has these paintings above the doorways, and so those are just absolutely stunning.
Next up, we're heading to a wine window. These tiny openings in the walls of old buildings let people buy wine directly from producers, originally helping to avoid taxes. They were super handy during times of plague, allowing folks to enjoy their wine while keeping a safe distance, and were even used during the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, so we've ordered some drinks at the wine window, the first one we saw today, and we're gonna get some Prosecco and a rosé for Randy and an Aperol Spritz for Pepper. We're so excited. These wine windows are often attached to osterias, where you can enjoy a delicious meal along with your wine. After grabbing a glass through the window, you can head inside for some authentic Italian cuisine, or enjoy your wine on the street outside. You can even get a cup to go.
What'd you think, Laura?
You have to stay, yeah,
Oh
you
my
have to
gosh,
go.
it was amazing. Everything I hoped for. I got some Prosecco. We got to do the wine window.
It was
He
beautiful.
even gave us a to-go cup so we didn't have to like stand right around there, because if they give you glass, you have to take it back.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's built.
So we didn't last with that tour group very long. I think we can do it faster on our own. We get a meeting spot later this afternoon to get back on the bus to take us to Pisa, but right now we are just running amok in Florence.
Duomo. This thing is beautiful. Colors, all the marble. Like this is the marble capital of the world, right? Is that what the guy said? Basically,
Yes.
This is where they discovered it. The Romans discovered it and started building things with it. You know, 2,000 years ago or whatever that was. Seems like a long time ago.
What's amazing is when I've seen this in pictures, I always thought it was like black and white stripes, but it's actually a green marble, a pink marble, and a white marble. And it is absolutely gobsmacking gorgeous. Now over here is a replica of the golden doors. The originals are in the museum, but they have the replicas right over here. Just absolutely stunning. This is where the Italian Renaissance began. There was a competition to see who could design these doors, and Lorenzo Ghiberti was the winner. I think he did an excellent job.
Everything around here is just stunningly gorgeous.
I think I'm just amazed by how pretty it is.
I know, coming from the United States, like the architecture can be so plain and drab. Nothing's plain and drab. You see an apartment building and it's got amazing frescoes. You see the Duomo and it's got green and pink and white marble to make it up. It's just gorgeous.
It's under construction. It looks like they're doing some cleaning and restoration, which this side you can see is not as clean as the other side, so it must be needed. Not too many people on this side as the front side, probably because of the construction crane and scaffolding. And now we are at our second piazza. This is where all of the statues were installed back in the day. We're gonna go show you where the original David statue was placed. There's a replica there now. The original is in a museum, but you know what? The replica is okay for me. So behind me is the statue of David, and it was done by Michelangelo. It is the reason to come to Florence and see the artwork, but it is just one of the amazing statues in this plaza. There are so many great ones to look at.
So this is the statue of Neptune that was commissioned by a guy named Medici, and the face of it is his face. He insisted on that, and I just think that's too cool.
All right, it appears this guy has sprung a leak. So here's one thing that was on my list. I wanted to see Ponte Vecchio, which is the oldest bridge here, 1345. It's the last surviving one from back in those days due to wars. And what's interesting about it is it's got little tiny apartments, what looks like apartments on it because people used to live there, like blacksmiths, tanners. But then Duke Fernando came along and said it smelled too bad, it was unsanitary, it was unsafe, and they basically kicked everybody out. And then jewelers and other people who could afford the rent moved in, and it's been that way ever since. Now it's shops and more higher end, but it still has that old school charm with those tiny little places that look like apartments.
After Ponte Vecchio, we headed to the leather market. Here you'll find Il Porcellino, the famous wild boar statue, which is said to bring good luck if you rub its snout. Don't miss a chance to haggle for a good price on some beautiful leather goods.
You know what makes me happy? I got a purse.
You got a purse.
I got a purse.
All right, the streets of Florence.
I liked it.
Liked it, yeah.
It's crowded, but I liked it.
Very crowded, very busy, especially around the most famous monuments and the churches and things. The statue area, people really jammed in there.
I got an Italian purse.
Look at that. Come outside of the really high traffic tourist places, you can see it's a mix of locals and tourists alike. And a lot of cute little shops.
So many cute shops.
So many cute little restaurants you'd like to try too.
We did so good today, but now we're on our way to Pisa.
But first, are we even in Italy if we don't make time for some delicious gelato?
Wash Uffizi, drive me to Florence.
After meeting back up with our tour group, we were once again on the bus and on our way to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
The name Miracle Square was given by a famous poet that writes in one of his poets. He was a politician but also a poet, and he writes that it's a miracle that so many beautiful monuments and buildings are in the same place at the same time all together, and it is a miracle, and the people begin to call it Miracle Square.
Made it to Pisa. We are on our way to go look at that famous Leaning Tower and take some really funny pictures.
I have several different shots planned. Cannot wait. I've been preparing for this for months.
Right now we're just waiting for the train tracks to clear so that we can cross over to the city center.
With umbrella, it's a pickpocket. With umbrella, it's a pickpocket.
Love it. She's saying that the guy with the umbrella is a pickpocket.
He says this will get so busy that they won't even be able to drive on these streets in about a month. There'll be so many people here that they'll just shut down the roads.
I don't see a green shirt. We picked the perfect time to come because the weather has been fantastic. I can't imagine it being like 100 degrees out and trying to do all of this.
And what, 40-50% more crowded?
I don't know. Right?
No, thank you.
Still walking through all the souvenir stands on our way to the piazza to see the tower and the church. There it is! Super cute!
You know, it is definitely more leaning in real life than I thought it was going to be. I guess if it's not going to fall down now, it never will.
The church itself is just absolutely stunning with the statues up in the window wells. That is just absolutely stunning.
We officially made it to the tower. We're going to go get some more photos. We've gotten a couple. What do you think so far, Carol?
Well, I think it's really cool. So we learned when we were on the bus that it is built on really wet, sandy soil, and that is what caused it to lean.
There used to be a river right around here, so it's wet, marshy, sandy land, and it definitely started sinking. They realized it was sinking as they were building it, and so the top 3 layers are actually built at a different angle to try to rectify it, but it still leaned a lot.
And because it started leaning one way and then they built it to counterbalance it, there's times where you can see it look like a banana. So we're gonna see if we can find that. Oh, the marble just weighs so much, which is causing it to sink, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's prettier than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was just going to be, you know, a cheesy tourist destination, which it is.
Yeah, it kind of is, but it's really beautiful. The actual structures here are spectacular, and they got that marble and all that craftsmanship and all the beautiful like busts and headpieces all around the top of it. It's really something else.
And it's just great for people watching because you can see everybody trying to take funny pictures, which that's what we're on our way to go do because when in Pisa, right?
Yeah, everybody's obsessed about their picture.
One thing about that, we found a hint to go around to the back side of it to get a different perspective. It's also a little less crowded. Most people stay on this side of the tower, so we're gonna go see if we can get some better shots back here. This has been fun, but there are a lot of people trying to pull scams.
Everywhere.
The bracelet scam, the baby scam, I'm your friend scam, sunglasses. There's ladies yelling, watch out for pickpockets everywhere. So if you come here, just be cautious.
We're back on the ship and we've just had dinner at one of the main dining rooms. It was absolutely delicious. Got some lemon sorbet for dessert, which was nice because we were so hot today. It really cooled us off.
And we will throw some of those food pictures up here for you. We didn't vlog at dinner, but we want to share with you what we had at the main dining room.
Today was a really fun day, huh?
It really was. We spent it in Florence. We booked our excursion through a third party and it was done through Viator. And I actually really highly recommend it. We had a great, excursion guide, and he did a wonderful job. We checked everything off of our bucket list in Florence, including going to a wine window. We went and saw the famous Duomo. We went to the square with the statue of David. We also went to Ponte Vecchio and we had some focaccia and some gelato, and we even got a chance to go shopping in the leather market.
And then after all of that, we still went to Pisa for about an hour. Now, Pisa definitely felt a little tourist trappy and a lot of high pressure salespeople right there on the street, but you really only need to go there once and you have one purpose. We got some great pictures with the Leaning Tower. We really got creative and had a fun time with it.
It really was a good time. However, we walked about 18,000 steps today, and we are going to Rome tomorrow, so it's another early morning with a lot of walking, so we're going to call it a early night right here. We will catch you tomorrow. Thanks for coming along with us.
Bye!
Bye!
Next time on Core 4 Adventures, join us as we set off on our own to Rome to marvel at the Colosseum, wander Palatine Hill, and naturally savor some pasta, because when in Rome, all roads lead to delicious adventures.